Hello, everyone.
Hello, you guys.
One day there will be an intro. I don't know when it's going to be. There will be one. Now, if you notice, the attire today was supposed to be a do-rag and a jacket. I don't know why Malik didn't follow the the
I
course
didn't
of
hear any of
action.
that. I wasn't told about
um,
any of those rules.
actually, I this is a very if you can't tell the energy's already off, but that's okay, guys. We're gonna fix it. I My hair is just not equipped to be on camera, and this lighting is too bright for you to be looking at my edges. So no, that will not be happening. I actually do have to go to the dentist in 35 seconds. Actually, 35.5 seconds. And I'm gonna be numbed, and I don't even want to go. Wow. And
It's
so
because you have yuck mouth.
I don't have yuck mouth
Do you
at
remember that
all.
dentist said
I
that?
No.
Oh,
Who's it? What dentist said that?
I went to a scam dentist, and I went there. And usually, when I go to the dentist, like they're always like, "Oh, like everything's fine." But I went to a dentist. You know that one dentist that's across from like the Panera in Greenfield.
Mm.
It was across from the Panera, next to like the
Oh.
Jersey Mike's, kind of next to where the Wendy's is, that golf place
Uh-huh,
is.
uh-huh.
I went to that one for the first time ever, and there was this German guy, and he said,
He's
"Oh,"
a German.
he said, "Oh, you have a popcorn corner."
Wha-
It's lodged in the way back, in the way back
What?
of your molar. And I said, "Oh," and I actually I was feeling like somebody was yelling at me while I was eating.
Can you
And
stop?
he was doing like he's up and then going, "Oh, a gingivitis here, or a C4 impact here." And he was
Oh
going through
my.
my thing, and I was going, "Oh my god, what's going on?"
Did you actually have a popcorn kernel in your tooth?
I think I did,
Oh.
but I don't know. He didn't show me. I did have popcorn though, like kind of earlier, which was dumb on my part. But then he was telling me like after that he was going, "You're gonna need surgery. You have like level 10 gingivitis." Um,
Level 10 is crazy.
wait, I hope I'm saying the right thing because it's
Gingivitis is gum disease, I think.
yeah. He was like, "You have level 30 gingivitis." He was like, your teeth are just weak, and you need this and you need that." And I was going, "What is going on?" Um, and then like I was just actually so dumbfounded. So was my mom that we scheduled another dentist appointment at another dentist, and she said, "Oh, you're good." Okay, so what was that?
Okay, so that's very interesting because I had a similar experience. So but mine's a little bit different. And I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. He said there was the German man was trying to get him all of his money. Now
It
this is what
was.
happened. This is what happened with me. So I went to. I haven't. I'm gonna say because I know that there's some other people in my situation. I have not um been the best. What do you? Why you?
No, because you said you're good. They said that you said there's a minority in your situation, and we're about to talk about the dentist. So I
Um.
was scared,
Any?
and you haven't
What do
been
you?
the
Wait.
best
What are you saying?
because you're saying you're trying to ease into something crazy.
I am using it as something crazy, but whatever. So I went to the dentist about I would say 4 or 5 months ago. I don't know, and um, I sat down or whatever. What was interesting is that there was an opening immediately. Like I had called around to so many dentists, they were like, we don't do cleanings until like June of 2025. And I was like, this is too much. And this was in 2024. And I said, that's actually so long to wait. So I went to this other location and I was like, hey, and they were open, like, they're like, yeah, we can get you in next week. And I was like, okay. And my parents are always been like, if nobody else is available and they are, there's a reason. And so I went there and I was talking to this lady and she was so nice. She was like, the people that bring you in there and whatever. And then she's like, okay, she like took the pictures, the X-rays and everything. And then she had the man come out, or he was the dentist. He came out, he shook my hand, he said, "Hey, nice to meet you." And he said, "So looking at your scans, I've actually never seen a worse mouth in my life."
Oh, okay.
He said, "So, have you ever been to a dentist? Do you know what that is?" And I said, "What is going on?" And I did say, "Oh, okay." And he said, "Yeah." So, and then he went and he did like, which I hadn't been to a dentist in a while. I can say that I'm way better now, but we'll get to that point. Wait, right? Because I'm a dentist now. But anyway, so I hadn't been to a dentist in a while at that point, and so then he takes the little thing, the little pokey thing, and there's
Yeah.
the dentist. I don't know what the other person is called, a dental assistant, or I don't know
Yeah.
what they are.
Let's just say
Um, and so he's like, "Oh my goodness." He said, D1, BL, lateral, oh, 6. You like, they have the codes or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm going,
yeah.
"What is gonna have my mouth open?" I'm like, "What is he doing?" If long story short, they give me this thing. He said, "You're gonna need a deep cleaning, mama. I'm gonna have to remove your teeth and then put them back. Like that's how deep you need it." And he told me I had to come back 6 separate times. He said, "I'm gonna do each
6?
quadrant." Yes, he said, "I'm gonna do each quadrant of your mouth separately. You need this done and that done." I went to go ask them how to get my wisdom teeth removed, and I
Oh.
left with a sheet of paper telling me I had to come back 6 different times to get the deepest cleaning they've ever done. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." So that scared me. So then I got home and I started doing a lot with my oral health. I'm doing oil pulling. I'm looking up things on TikTok. I'm like, this is so much that they're telling me that I had the worst mouth ever. So I started doing my better oral like routine or whatever. But at the same time, my dad was going to a different dentist, and he signed me up back in like October to come to this other dentist, like this, I guess, what is it, February, March now. And so they sent me a text saying like, "Hey, your appointment is March, blah 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 blah." So I went yesterday. This is a different dentist now, and they looked at my mouth and they were like, and I told them about the story about the 6 cleanings, and they were like, "That's just not real at all.
Oh.
Your mouth is not that bad." She was like, I'm gonna do a clean here, and I'm gonna get it done in one session." And now I'm like, "What do you?
Okay,
What?
so
That
what
sounds
is that?
crazy." And I was like, the guy told me I needed a deep cleaning 6 times, and I went to this lady, and she was like, "You're only gonna need one. I'm gonna do it right now, and you'll be fine." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And
Okay,
so
so
I'm
are
out.
we supposed to trust the person that's doing the least or the most?
I'm doing the least.
Okay, yeah, of course you're doing the least. Like, of course I'm not gonna go get the surgery. But what if we both have yuck mouth
But we
and we
don't.
needed those things?
Because that's fake, though. Because I remember looking at my teeth and like, there's just no way I have the worst. He didn't say. I obviously exaggerating. He did not say I had the worst teeth he's ever seen. He did not say that. But I felt like it because he was. He okay. So he also didn't have any bedside manner. It was very much like he basically told me I had yuck mouth. He's in so many words, and I was like, this is weird that he would do that. Like, why wouldn't like I'm coming to dentist, like I'm telling you I haven't been in a while, like you need to like ease me into it, be like, oh hey, like this is what you need to do, blah 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 blah. He was like, no, he's over here talking in code to the dental assistant, saying I have the worst teeth he's ever seen, basically, and
Okay, so
and
did you think that was just a ploy for
I
money?
think now, yes, there's just no
Okay, so
way.
what is the dental assistant thinking? Are they in on it? Is there something that
I
they're like,
don't
we
know.
gotta milk him for
I
his
don't
thing?
know.
What are milk teeth?
Milk teeth.
Yeah, what is that?
I I couldn't tell you. Um.
What is that?
Well,
I swear I just heard somebody say something about a milk tooth. And I said, what the
okay.
hell
Well,
is a milk
that's what
tooth?
the dentist told me I had.
Oh,
Um. Yeah. And I said, okay. Well, I don't know about all that. And then, so then my question is, how is it such a stark difference, though? I get maybe he was like, okay, you need 6 deep cleanings, and this place said you need 2. She said you
I
don't
don't
even need a
know.
deep
That's why
cleaning.
I'm
She's like,
saying
that's
that's
not.
fake.
She's like, you don't even
Somebody's
need a
lying.
deep. Well, okay, but also I told you I changed my regimen over the course of 5 months, so I'm sure that helped a lot. Like me changing like what I was doing, but
Yeah.
still, you think that it would change it to the point where I needed 6 deep cleans before, and now I don't
Now
need.
you need
I just
no
needed a surface
any.
cleaning. So then my thing is like. At that point, as a dentist, you should be obligated to say, "Hey, I can do these 6 deep cleanings, or you can go home and do the right regimen for 4 months, and you'll be fine." But he didn't say that to me.
I don't know. Okay, so why do I not need surgery anymore? And I
It
needed
wasn't.
surgery.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
So
know.
was I
He
just gonna
didn't.
be under the knife for no reason,
Yes. Yeah.
but for money?
Yeah. I'm sure he gets more money for a deep cleaning, and then he spread it out over like I'm not joking. I literally wish I had the paper next to me. They told me they would have to do each he was like working on like 3 teeth at a time. It was like, okay,
Oh,
we're gonna do these 3 teeth when you come in this date, then these 3 teeth when you
okay,
come in this
that's a
date. Then
scam.
and I was like, what does that
How do we
mean?
know when people? How do
We
we know?
don't
Like, I
know.
want to be like I feel like I always see like that one black lady in Grey's Anatomy. And she says, "Not on my watch." I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. But
He does
I
not
feel
say
like
that.
they always think that I don't know what her name is, Bailey.
I don't remember
And they
either, but
always
I know
think
who you're
like
talking about, though.
she'll be in situations where they don't think that she knows, and she'll say, actually, I need 10 cc's of marzipan, and they'll say, oh, they'll say, oh,
She knows.
yeah, they'll say, wow, and she'll have a
Marzipan
caption
is
like, I think
crazy.
it's iconic.
Okay, so that's why I
By
feel
the
like
way,
we need.
milk teeth are baby teeth. I
Oh,
swear somebody, and it was either you, because you're always trying to tell me something,
I did not
or
tell you
somebody
that.
else told me that milk teeth was like you put the teeth in milk to make them grow. And like you like when your teeth get out, you like put them in milk because the milk is like calcium, and then
Right,
that
right.
preserves them. Who told me that?
What do you mean when your teeth get out?
When your
You're saying
teeth get out, like if you want to keep
the
them, like
teeth.
you know how
So,
somebody
oh,
keeps them.
your teeth that have fallen out.
Yeah,
Why do you need to keep them and grow them with calcium?
not grow them, but I guess preserve them. You put them in milk. I swear you told me that.
I
Or
did
maybe that
not
was
tell you
Greta.
that.
Somebody told me that, and I was
Okay,
going,
but what would be the
really?
point of saving the baby teeth?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Anyways, whatever. I don't know what that means, but I didn't have milk teeth. He
Oh,
told me.
okay.
I actually had vinegar teeth, which is
Oh,
really
okay.
nasty.
Vinegar teeth is
Whatever.
crazy.
So let me finish it. So whatever. I went. The cleaning was terrible. I actually hated it. Needless to say, I will be doing everything I need to do from here on out. And she cleaned my stuff. My stuff is cleaned into oblivion. She said I don't have. You know what? I hate that the fact that they have the word tartar as a word.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I
You
think
have
that's so.
tartar?
I had tartar, yes, of course, but I feel like that's just like a terrible word,
Well,
like
it's a terrible
tartar.
thing.
Okay, but like,
Tartar's
wow,
nasty.
you don't need to make me seem like actually like I'm the most disgusting being alive.
I think
Like,
it's an accurate word for what it is. Like
I
it goes hand in
guess
hand. Like I'm going ew, like tartar. Like schmegma is an accurate word for schmegma.
we cannot discuss that. Half the people don't even know what that is. Anyways, I don't know if they know. Maybe they do. I hope they don't.
We talked about schmegma on the first episode.
We call this schmegma.
What else is it called?
I don't know. I just don't think whatever. Anyways, she did my cleaning. There was she did the water pick at first. It was cute. I was like, oh, this is not that bad at all. Like for dental hygiene, like it's gonna take a little bit of pain. And I was thinking in my head, I'm gonna go home and tell my parents this does not hurt that bad because they were like, it's gonna hurt so bad. Then she put the water pick away, and she pulled out the pick without the water. And at that point,
Oh.
I felt like she was like drawing on my nerve with the pencil. And I said, okay, so she was ripping my the tartar off. Like I had barnacles on my back and I was a turtle.
Ew.
And I said, okay. And so long story short, whatever. They said I have 4 cavities, and the reason why I have
a little crazy.
let me explain. The dentist came in after my cleaning, and she said I have 4 cavities, and she said the reason why is because my my wisdom teeth are still in, okay, and they're rotten because they're too far back for me, like all of them are. They're too, and which first of all I looked it up, and they said that lots of people who have them in old age will they are like obviously in way more poor health because they're so far back and they're harder to reach. So they're a lot more prone to collecting bacteria and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the 4 cavities that I have are the 4 molars directly in front of those wisdom teeth. And she said that because my wisdom teeth are collecting bacteria and they're hard to reach, they're making the teeth in front of that become more prone to cavities. So they're gonna fill the top 2. I'm gonna get my wisdom teeth out, and then they're gonna fill the bottom 2.
Okay,
and then
when are you getting your wisdom teeth out?
It's at this when I go today, they're going to do the little scan or whatever, and then refer me to a wisdom tooth doctor. So I'm gonna do that.
I actually need after mine got out. I need everyone's to come out.
Why?
Because that was just a terrible experience. Like, and I need everyone to experience it. Sorry.
I'm going to sleep. So you have fun with you were wide awake. You said
Okay,
I'm wide
I
awake.
hope when you wake up and your mom comes pick you up, you're telling her your secrets.
No, I don't want that.
I'm telling her your
I'm telling them to put tape in my mouth when I go home.
I hope you're telling them all your secrets. And because I just actually think that, but I don't know which I'd rather have. Would I rather trust myself to not tell my secrets? But I think that me thinking about telling my secrets would make me tell
It's
my
gonna make you tell your
secrets,
secrets.
and I wouldn't respect the balance. And I just said I just have to be up, and I was up, and it was actually I was in a torture chamber. It was terrible. I just feel like they actually just stuck the biggest needle into the roof of my mouth, and then it wasn't numb. And I said, "You got to do it again." And he said, "Oh, no problem." He did it again, and he just shoved it in the roof of my mouth. And I said, "I actually still feel it." And he said, "Oh, okay. Well, damn, you need a little bit more than everybody else, huh?" And I said, "I guess so."
That's what my
Cause
dad
sorry,
said
he was
happened to
trying
him.
to pull my shit out, and I was just actually feeling him ripping my tooth out. And then he gave it to me again, which
Okay, I don't need to hear this one, but I have 25 minutes before I have to go there, and they're
okay,
gonna put a needle in my roof
I
of my
heard
mouth.
your rumpatitis mouth.
I'm saying I'm about to get it done in 30 minutes, and you want me to be psyched out when I'm sitting in the chair
I
going,
need you to be psyched out and scared and braced.
no.
I need you to be all the above. And I just had the worst pain. They gave me the highest pain medications, but then when I took them, I was leaning down like I was on trank. And then I just couldn't take them anymore. It was actually just terrible.
Okay,
yeah,
well, I don't want to hear about any of that right now, please. I feel
alrighty.
like Kaya got her wisdom teeth out, and she didn't tell me about her experience being that bad. So I'm gonna
Okay,
talk to her and see what happened to her.
Okay,
I
she
hope it
had
just
milk
happens
teeth.
to you.
Yours are
probably
gonna yours are probably gonna fall out when they touch them. They're gonna go think,
This is
and then
not
they're just
SpongeBob. They're not
crumble
gonna
in
shatter.
their hand. They're gonna shatter actually, like a cartoon.
Um.
Um,
Anyways,
but
and mine are partially non all the way out. That's gonna hurt. They said bad.
what do you mean not? Oh, they have
Like
to
they're
go
not
in
all the way
there.
out.
That's scary. And then they sew your thing back up, and that's
I don't want
really
to hear it.
scary.
Actually, I
And you
don't hear
can't
it.
drink, and you can't smoke, and you can't do any of those things, or you'll
I
get
don't hear it. I
dry
don't hear it.
rot.
Yeah, they did
Okay.
say
Anyways, enough of the
whatever.
teeth seminar.
He said seminar.
We talked about teeth. Let's move on. I'm trying to think. Should we talk about a weekend? I don't know. I'm trying to fill most
We
of the
have
time. I'm trying to think of
things on the
things.
docket, but we don't know which order to go.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time. But what I would say is that we should talk about. Let's talk about the weekend last. Let's do go revisit Emilia Perez because I have something to say about it real quick. This is gonna be a small.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. So, do we want to talk about our new information about like the discourse first?
What
Or do you?
happened? Oh,
I'm talking about like
I
what we know
remember
about.
that. I don't
Oh,
remember.
okay, I
Are you
do remember. Let me
crazy?
explain. So Malik and I talked to Greta's girlfriend. I don't know if we should put her name on blast, but whatever. So we talked to Greta's girlfriend who lives in Mexico. Okay, and she was giving us the ears on the ground of what people were saying there about
Because if you
Emilia
guys
Perez.
recall, I was saying that there was something going on, but I wasn't exactly sure
Right.
what was going on.
Yeah, because he was hearing third hand, basically,
Yeah.
from Greta about what people were saying, and apparently the gist of it was that we didn't really have this. Well, we kind of did. We knew some of this, right? The gist of the issues were Mexico wasn't portrayed very well, okay, and me and Malik were like kind of like that doesn't really matter that much, right? But so not only was Mexico not portrayed very well in the movie, but also the cartel wasn't accurate either. And then the families, like the people who were responding to their loved ones, like they felt like that was very fake and manufactured and not like accurate of what people would be like in Mexico. And then this part I didn't know. Obviously, me and Malik didn't know, but they said that the Spanish was crazy. They said the Spanish was crazy.
Oh
They
yeah.
said that the it was like okay, and I have another anecdote, but they said it was like basically it seemed like they had written it in English, right, and then put it into Google Translate. And when I say that, like, if you ever taken a Spanish class and you ever try to like, do that,
Yeah, I guess you can
the
tell when you actually speak Spanish.
you can know because the grammar is off. The way we say things in English is different than what you say in other languages, right? And so when you just try to translate it, they translate it word for word, but that's not how you would necessarily say it in that language. And so they felt like it was done like that, and like it wasn't really accurate for Spanish, right? And so we had found out all that or whatever, right? And now my perspective has changed a little bit on whether or not they needed Mexico to be more accurate because I feel like at the end of the day, the story was about her being in the cartel, right? And then like the family members of the people in Mexico mourning their loved ones who had been killed, right? And then like And so I feel like that was a big portion of the story. It was about her being in the cartel, and so I felt like the culture should have been, recognized a little bit more, or the accuracy of Mexico should have been recognized a little bit more. It didn't have to be perfect, but I think it should have been better if they're saying that it wasn't.
Okay, well, did you? Well, I guess now we're talking about the Oscars, but basically, so
We're
Zoe
going to
Saldana
Yeah.
won for best supporting actress. She won, and in her speech, she said, "This could have been about Palestine. This could have been about a little negrito in Detroit. This could have been about this." She said, "Everybody, sit down, be quiet." And I was going, "Oh my god, this makes me uncomfortable." But like, I don't. But also, that kind of is true.
Are she just saying the trans part? Because I feel like that is true.
No, because like saying like, because this literally could have been the same exact thing about a gang in Detroit. I guess like she said, and like a black man in a gang, which is crazy.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that. I think that we're gonna have like, obviously we aren't in Mexico, so we don't have the same thing. Like, we don't have. I don't know, because I can't think of an equivalent.
Right.
Because like, if they were like, oh, this was shot in France, I'd be like, okay. I would actually probably think, oh wow, they ate that, because I didn't know it was in France or something like that.
Right. I see. I don't know about because we don't have the equivalent at all, or like at least not near us. Like, I don't know what that would even equate to. The people who were like,
yeah, me either.
Because like obviously the cartel is just like it's like a one big thing that we know of, or like I know of rather in Mexico. Yeah. I don't know of any like I don't know. I don't want to show my ignorance. I don't know like, about any of that
things, but like
not the same way. I don't think.
I think the only thing that I think is 100% crazy is the Google Translate thing. We don't know if they actually use Google Translate.
Right. But like the fact that it's not real Spanish is crazy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think is really crazy. I think everything else to me, I'm like, okay, like because I just really still don't feel like I still don't feel like I still don't feel like it was about Mexico, and I still don't even feel like it was about the cartel. Like, I just feel like those are very small elements of a overlapping story.
I think that they were small elements, but I would expect those to be still fleshed out and accurate. Now that I'm thinking, like, you would still want, I don't know. I feel like they were still parts of the story that were like the gag was that it was a trans woman who was a part of the cartel, and like obviously it wasn't part of the storyline. And I'll get to this.
All of that was like, we actually only saw the cartel for that one scene where they went and they were having that bonfire. It was the only time that we saw them.
Well, they were singing. They said, They
actually weren't even singing. It was just the.
No, I meant the families. Sorry, the families of the people were singing.
Obviously that's not realistic. Who's doing that?
Well.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Okay, I'm not Mexican. Don't ask me. This is the problem.
Obviously, that's not. None of this is realistic. She said a rhinoplasty. Like, what? I was.
Adam's
I don't think anybody's watching Emilia Perez for the realism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know if there was a piece. I feel like if it was another country doing a movie about America, and there was like a small piece that was like American, and it was just not realistic at all.
And so you're saying we'd say boycott that movie because they didn't show the cheeseburger?
No. But I think that the dynamic is different between America, like we wouldn't care. But I think that when you are America making a movie, or not America, but an English movie rather, I should say, making a movie about another ethnic culture's movie, like another ethnic culture, you should be more accurate. I think there is a double standard. Does that make sense?
We're French, not English.
I meant the movie is in English and Spanish. It's not in French. I'm saying if you're making a movie that.
What do you mean?
No one
was in Spanish.
I know, but was there any French in it?
No.
There was English in it though.
Okay, just a little tiny bit.
Oh, but why wasn't there French in it? I'm saying it was a movie.
It would make more sense for somebody to be from America, for Selena Gomez to be from America than to be from France.
Sorry, what did you say? Say it one more
It would
time.
make more sense for Selena Gomez to be from America than to be from France.
Why?
Why anything? Why any of
Okay,
this?
whatever.
Why this movie? What's going on? I
Let
don't
me.
know. I don't know what was going on, but I just feel like I wouldn't be like, this isn't, that mother is not real. And I would be like, I'm just not going to watch it. And I still think that has something to do with transphobia. And I'm just so sorry. That's my
I.
final stance.
So here's the thing. So yesterday, Will, I haven't talked to Will about this at all, okay? Because I talked to Will about lots of Mexican things because he is Mexican and he has a lot of obviously knowledge about it. He's like my go-to person if I'm going to talk to about anything about Spanish or Mexican people or anything about Latino culture, right? And so I haven't talked to him about it, which was very interesting. He sends me a TikTok.
R or S?
R.
Okay.
Mexican. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that the other one wasn't.
The other one
What
is
is he?
white from Oregon.
Oh, I
So,
feel like he has a little bit of tan.
I'll let him know that. Maybe he'll think it's a compliment. I don't know. But no, he has no tan.
Does he?
He's
I might be thinking
Scandinavian.
somebody
No, I'm just
completely
kidding.
different.
What did you say?
I said I might be thinking of somebody completely different then.
I think you are, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, this is Mexican Will, okay? Um, and so he sent me a TikTok, and it was of this white girl from the United States. She sounded like she was from um she sounded like she started the rumor about the Haitians eating the cats and dogs in Ohio.
Okay.
Like she sounds like she's the one who started it. Like she could have been
Okay.
my next door neighbor.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, "How dare this movie not represent Mexico, my country?" And I was thinking,
What?
and she had brown hair, blue eyes. She looked very much white. I mean, she could have been Mexican. I don't know. But the point is that she actually looked like she would. I was gonna say something that was probably shouldn't say. But whatever. But the point is that she did not look like she was Mexican at all. But I found it very interesting that the tone of the video was, "I'm Mexican. This is my country. You're being disrespectful. Whatever." Right. And so he sent me that video, and it was about her talking about the movie, right? And about how she basically was saying the same things. It was so inaccurate. Everyone should boycott this movie. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Blah 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 blah. Like the whole thing, she was ranting about it, right? The whole time, rather. And so I'm like, okay, very interesting. And he was like, "What is going on? What is this movie? Have you heard about it? Blah 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 blah." And I was like, "What's very interesting is that Malik and I just watched it. We did a podcast on it. Whatever." And so he was like, "Oh," and he was like, "I just can't, I'm not watching that." I was like, "I can't do it." And I was like, I think you need to watch it." I was like, "I'll give you my opinions, but I want you to watch it first, and then we can talk about it later. And I want to get your perspective about like the Mexican culture and things like that." And he was like, "Okay, fine." So he watched it last night when he got off of work, and he sent me this long paragraph this morning, and he basically said like he watched it. I told him the first 25 minutes were going to be rough.
Okay.
Okay, I said it's a musical. He said, "Yeah, I saw the cleaning lady music part," and he was like, "I don't think I can do it at all." And I was like, "I need you to watch it." So he watched it, and he was like, "The first 30 minutes, I wanted to gouge my eyes out." He was like, "I literally I wanted to turn it off," and I was like, "I told you that was going to happen." And then he said, "But then," but then when she said that she was trans." And it was like he was like the storyline started to get really good, and I started to get hooked.
So he didn't know
Once
anything before going
he knew
into it?
nothing. He knew nothing. He saw
Okay.
that video. He had seen the cleaning lady clip of them singing. Basically the same thing that I went through where you showed me she said Adam's apple, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I was
But
like,
you knew it
I
was
don't want to watch this.
trans.
I knew about it being about a trans person, but when I thought that Zoe Saldana was going to be trans. I was so confused. I didn't know
Okay.
anything about the cartel or anything. I mean, I knew you had mentioned the cartel thing, but I didn't know it was going to be in like somebody in the cartel or like the,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And so he didn't know that either. And he was like, it was very interesting. I thought the storyline was so good. He said when he got to the end of it, he thought that was very good. But then he also, on the flip side, agreed with everything that Mexican people have been saying. He said Mexico was portrayed terribly. He said the cartel was not portrayed correctly. He said, and then he also, and I hadn't talked to him about any of this. He was like, I think the Spanish was so weird. He was like, they were saying the grammatical structure of their sentences was so weird. And so now I understand, like, if multiple people from multiple different sources are saying this, and I don't know how much he had watched, obviously, on TikTok, but I feel like now that gives it credibility of like, okay, they obviously thought this was weird.
Okay, the
And
Spanish thing is crazy.
the Spanish thing
I
is
think that's
crazy.
insane. That's the only thing that I really think is that would be crazy.
Um,
Especially because what do you think that they did? Do you think they wrote it in French?
I
and
guess.
then translated it to Spanish.
But I think I would be
Like, do you think they
pissed. I'm
used
sorry.
AI or a person?
Um, they didn't use a person. I'll tell you that. They definitely use a software. But my
Okay,
thing is
that would
like,
be crazy.
listen,
Like, imagine if there was a movie and they were going, well, I can't even, I don't even know what that means. Like, I can't even give you an example. But it was in English, but they were like talking like e partipradact.
yeah,
Um,
it's hard to explain, but I understand what they
yeah,
mean.
I
But
get
it's
what
like
they mean too, but I don't even
I
know
can't give
what
an
that means.
example. Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I can't give you an example of what that would mean. But I'm trying to think if there was a movie, right, and it was just made, but it was set in, let's say it was set in, I don't know if I have the authority to be like whatever. Let's say it's set in like Chicago. Let's just say it's set in Chicago,
okay.
um, where my grandma lives, or I guess our grandma's.
What
And
was I saying?
let's say it's where our grandma
He's saying
lives.
where the black people are and the
Yeah,
liquor
that's what I'm saying.
stores.
So I didn't say that.
Well,
Anyways, so let's say that's where it takes place. But the movie is about a black person in that area, and the movie's not necessarily about Chicago or black
mhm.
people, but the points where you see black people and it talks about Chicago, it is the like this is the craziest thing you've ever seen. The black people are acting so insane that it's just not
What do
accurate
you
at
mean
all to how any
insane? What do you mean
it's
insane?
not they're not acting how any black person you ever met acts.
Okay.
They're speaking in like the craziest AAVE you've ever heard.
Okay.
You're going like what is going on? They're like, and then we would be like, okay, who made this movie? And then you find out the people who made it are the whitest people ever. They didn't get any
Uh-huh.
black people to come and say this is accurate or this is how it looks in the south side of Chicago. This is
Uh-huh.
that. They didn't do any of that. Whether or not it was a huge part of the story, we would still be like, this is kind of crazy.
Do
Like
I
it's
still think that the movie was good?
right. You
And
can still think that, yeah.
okay, but I would not boycott it. I would just be like, this was crazy. I would, but I said, but I'll come on here and I say, but guys, I like the movie.
I think I would say that too. So whatever. But the
Um,
point is I still think that like they have every right to be like, what the hell?
I never said they don't, but I
No,
just
no, I
think that
know.
I just don't know if it would be the same thing if the movie was just regular. That they'd be like, we just aren't watching it at all. I think it's a conglomerate of all the things, and the fact that it's like you're doing all of this and this movie's about a trans person. Please be calm.
Right. I think that there's layers to this. It's like there are definitely 100% Mexican people in Mexico who are hiding behind the guise of the inaccuracy of Mexico and the cartel to not watch a trans movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure that exists, right? I'm not saying everyone is doing that, but I'm sure there are people who are like not watching it or whatever, but they're just not saying that they don't like the trans part of it, right? We just know that that's going to happen worldwide. There are going to be people who are transphobic, right? And so I just thought it was interesting that Will said the same thing. He was like, "Oh, this is weird."
No, I
Whatever.
believe them. I don't know what's going on, but I just don't. I'm just can't. I can't even think of like what you tried to do with the equivalent, but I still don't think even with the equivalent, I still don't picture myself being like I'm going to boycott a movie. Like even when everybody was like, I'm not going to see like the American Magical Negro Society.
Oh yeah.
I went to go see it because I need to see what the people are talking about, and it come to find out nobody knew what they were talking about. But I just think that my problem with that movie was that I don't need that type of story. Like we don't need that type of story. Like that's something that's like either needed to come 15 years earlier or 15 years after we're not in the thick of it.
He said we're in the thick of it right
'Cause I
now.
don't need like a satire about like, but I get that it was all satire, but I just don't need a satire. Like I don't think that people
Are you
got
saying
that.
like the importance of Emilia Perez is like more because it's a trans woman? Like we should have focused on that? Or what are you saying?
No, I'm saying that black people, that was a movie that black people were mad about
Right.
and they didn't want to see because of just a trailer or this or that, and word of mouth. I'm saying go watch the thing and see what it's actually about. Will watched the thing and was like, oh, I can't do it. But his first thing was like he saw that white woman with blue eyes say whatever she said, and then it was just like, I'm not gonna watch this at all. Um, I
Right.
just think you need to do research, mama.
Well, I think
You need to
I
look for
think
evidence.
I don't know if that's the reason why I think he didn't watch it because he saw the cleaning lady video
Oh,
and he saw the music part and he was like, I just don't think I can sit through
also
this.
it being a musical is crazy.
Yeah, that part. We agreed on that part too. Everybody, I think everyone thinks that. Why is
Literally, it
everything a
being a musical
musical?
is insane. I don't know, and they couldn't sing. Okay, we need to stop talking about this. Everybody's mad that we're still talking about this. I
Okay, quick
think my
last thing. Is it
final.
on Apple Music? Can I listen to the soundtrack?
I don't know. That's actually a good question. I think it's on Apple Music. Let's
Because
see.
I'm not streaming.
Well, spoiler alert, they actually won Best Song at the Grammys, and then it was a lot because the people that
At the
got up
Oscars.
were just all white. I mean, sorry, at the Oscars. Grammys would be crazy. What if they did win Best Song at the Grammys? It was actually a lot because the people that got up who wrote the song were just all white, and they said, Colombia, me encantó.
Wait, so what song was it?
It was the El Mal. It was the where she was in that suit, that red jumpsuit
Why am I forgetting
at the
that? What?
benefit.
Oh! When she was dancing at the benefit.
Yeah,
You said you loved that song. That was your favorite song of the movie.
I said I do okay, but I don't think it needs to win Best Original Song. And all these white people came up who wrote it, and she said Emilia, and everybody was going. She said Emilia Perez.
Oh
And I was like,
no.
what is going on?
Okay,
That
so
made me extremely uncomfortable.
did Cynthia Erivo? I didn't watch anything. Did they sing? Ariana Grande and Cynthia
Yes,
Erivo?
they sung. They started in the first thing. Ariana Grande sang, "The sun will come out tomorrow." Not that. What's that song? The Rainbow. What's the
Somewhere Over the
song?
Rainbow?
Yeah, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then Cynthia Erivo, they had her singing something from The Wiz, and I just know she didn't like that. I
Okay, they
just
said
know
Cynthia
she
Erivo was
didn't like that.
canceled. Okay, this is the failed. They failed. Why did they just do a duet from Wicked?
Not done. Then they did Define Gravity.
Oh,
So they sung
interesting.
for like 7 minutes, but like it started off with Ariana, then it went to
Okay.
Cynthia, then they did Define Gravity together.
Would you have rather had Cynthia sing the song from Wiz or Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande.
Okay, you're going to jail though.
Okay,
You
but
know,
then later Queen Latifah was like doing something with the Wiz too, and Ariana Grande said, "Hey baby," and I didn't see Cynthia anywhere, actually, and she was up. And she was next to Coleman Domingo, who met his husband at Walgreens or whatever, which is also crazy.
I still didn't understand it. I don't know why they put the captions on that TikTok instead of just having them say it. I was
I don't
reading I
know.
said, okay. Anyways,
Maybe
whatever.
because you stayed there longer and you were swiping back and
Maybe.
forth.
Yeah. Okay, so wow. Do you have anything more else? Because I didn't watch the Oscars. I was driving home from
We might as
Chicago.
well
I was there
just
this
do
weekend.
everything from the Oscars. So then that happened. And then Best Picture was Nora.
Yeah, I heard that. I was actually in the
Oh my
dentist.
god, that scared me. All of a sudden, I started hearing Emilia Perez in my iPad, and I don't know if you could see me look around. I was literally like, "What is that noise?" What you say?
I said while I was in the chair and she was digging out my tartar, I heard it said Honora swept at the Oscars, and I was looking at the TV like this, and I said, "Oh, well, my mouth open."
Honora got Best Picture. Mikey Madison won. Is it Mickey or Mikey? I heard somebody say Mickey. I don't know. She won Best Actress.
That's so interesting.
And I think that is interesting. Okay, but see, here's the thing. I think that is interesting. And I saw somebody say, "Shame on you," for anybody who voted. Because I saw it was a clip of that one girl. I think her name is Danielle. She was like, I think her name was Tasty in Orange Is the New Black. You know what I'm talking about? The one that everybody knows. Black.
There are two black ones that people know. Oh, that one was
Not
Crazy Eyes,
Laverne
right?
Cox.
No, there was
not
three, I guess.
Crazy Eyes.
Okay, so yes, I know Tasty.
The bigger one, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my god, I voted for her." So I was like, "Oh, they get to vote." But either way, there was a clip of that.
Interesting.
And then they were going, "Wow, shame on you, because you just voted. Voting for her is a vote against Demi Moore and everything that the substance stood for. You should be ashamed of yourself." I said, "Oh my god, maybe she just like that movie. I don't know." Like, and see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I was saying that they were just gonna give Demi Moore a thing. People just wanted Demi Moore to win just because of the concept and the principle. But the principle isn't even really the principle.
But that's what people are saying about Beyonce.
That's not the same thing at all.
I
Because
know, but
I just
people
don't.
aren't
I
saying
think
that.
I liked the movie, but what she didn't. She was moving from room to room. She was
What
moving
does that
from room
mean?
to room. She was moving from room to room. She didn't say any. Like I could have. I'm so sorry. I could have been in the substance. Everybody's gonna hate me. I could have been in the substance. What was so? And I really liked the substance, but what was so like best actress out of everybody else? What was so amazing about
I
that?
don't
She was
know.
put in a prosthetic, and she was moving literally from room to room. That's
She's
all that she.
alive!
Okay, listen, I'm not making fun of her. I literally I probably saw that movie the most out of all the movies. Like, I've rewatched it like 3 times. And that's why I feel like I have good authority to know that she was just in that house. She would go from this room. She'd say, you. She was talking to the TV while she was on Jimmy Fallon. She said, hi, tell him where you got your secret from. And I was going, oh my God. And she was just in there. And and then it's like, if I just made like a thing about, I don't know. I think it would be the same if it was like I made a movie about like black gay people be unappreciated. And all I did in the movie was move from room to room. I didn't give a monologue. I didn't give
Can
any
you
of that.
stop?
And
So she's
then
never won an Oscar, right?
I don't believe so, no.
Mm.
And I get the mess. I think the message of the movie, but did she even make it? I could see if obviously she created. Did she?
Make what?
The movie.
Like herself?
Yeah, did she?
I don't know.
I don't know. You would think so. I would just think like, I don't know.
Like it,
Maybe
oh,
she
like
did
it had her creative direction or whatever.
Yeah, like that would be different to me. Then I could see it winning like
Right.
Best Picture or something. But no, that she wasn't a director.
They
I
just
don't
picked her
see
to
who the
act in it.
writer is. Okay,
I don't
so
know.
you guys, I'm sorry. Um, I'm sorry. No, like that was a fun little movie that you watched, like when you're sitting with your friends and you guys are getting high.
That's exactly what I
But
did.
I but I don't think that's like, oh my God. I'm sorry. I just don't think it. And then Adrian Brody won for The Brutalist. Nobody in this comments, we've never seen it. Because it's 10 hours long. And then his speech also matched the amount of the movie. And everybody was going, what is going on? He actually was talking for so long about nothing. It was terribly uncomfortable. Everybody was saying, like, what is he doing? And he was going, concepts of Hungarian went into this movie. And when I think of Hungarian, I get hungry. Burger King. Should I go?
No, he didn't. He did not. He did
That
not
is
say
what he
anything
was
like
doing.
that.
That is what he was doing. And I was just going, this is literally crazy. And I don't know. But I got to I literally, because I didn't watch it when it first came on. Like I forgot that it was early, and I watched it on Hulu afterwards. But I was just going, okay. Like I was literally how long was this? And it was like a 6-minute thing. Do you know how
That's
crazy that
crazy.
is?
Okay, did that have the music like the Grammys?
Okay, well apparently he did this at the SAG Awards, and then Kieran Culkin also won an award, and he said, okay, you get this for 45 seconds. Can somebody please tell Adrian Brody that? Or because what's going on? I guess he didn't take the hint to not do the same thing at the Oscars.
45 seconds to 6 minutes is crazy.
It is crazy. And I just don't even know what he was talking about. It was nothing of substance. And did you see that people got mad at Timothy Chalamet? Because he said, I actually think he ate. He said, I've worked extremely hard to get here, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. I'm going to pave my way to legacy. Be quiet. Sit down. I'm going to be known as one of the greats someday. And they were mad at him. But I think
he did eat that.
It.
Well, I need to watch his Bob Dylan movie or whatever it's called, Bob Duncan. And then I'll be able to see.
I do think Timothy Chalamet out of everyone is it right now.
Really? I didn't watch Wonka. He said, "Got it."
I did watch Wonka.
Some ice cream. Got it.
But I just don't know who else. If we think about younger movie, who else do you think of is gonna be in that category of this is one of the greats? I think it's the only person I can think of is Timothy. We really think about it.
Give Tom a chance.
He did too much. He was selling his. He was. I don't know. He was an alcoholic with Zendaya. I don't know, which is nothing bad on him, but I don't know what happened. He did too much.
Stop.
And he's selling beer that has no alcohol percentage in it, and he's going on podcasts that I've never heard of ever. So I'm sorry. And he did that Romeo
money.
and
They'll
Juliet. Be fine. And then didn't defend his black co-star. So
I guess it is Timothy Chalamet, but I need to watch his movies. I haven't seen them. And it's been 45 minutes, and I'm about.
What I feel like you haven't seen any of them.
I haven't. So
that's very interesting. I feel like you've only seen
I saw
Dune and Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah. So that's actually it.
But you still know who he is. I guess that's
obviously I know.
Ask.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things. Okay. I'm calling me Corey. I'm saying, yeah, let's go. Wrap it up.
This is crazy.
Wrap it up.
The dentist.
I know, because we talked so long
for 30 minutes. Then we talked about Emilia Perez, which we just did last episode for 40 minutes. And I can't. And I need you to do something.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about. We can talk about things after I'm numb, and I'm gonna be drooling, and you're gonna be talking the rest of the time.
Okay, that's fine. And you aren't gonna be that numb. What are you doing again?
I'm getting my cavities filled.
Okay, everybody gets their cavity filled every once in a while.
They say they're gonna numb me into oblivion.
They aren't. You're gonna be just a tiny little bit numb.
Oh, I want them to. Are you kidding?
Oh,
yeah,
but it's not gonna be that kind of numb. You've never gotten a cavity filled?
No, actually, I don't think so.
I've gotten. I think that I've only had maybe 2 cavities in my life, but maybe I'm thinking of a cleaning. Do they numb you during a cleaning?
No.
Are you sure they don't put a little bit of Spear'em on there? A little bit of sauce.
I didn't have any yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that maybe I'm thinking of a cleaning. Maybe it does hurt when they fill a cavity. I don't remember. I don't know. I think I only had one little thing, and they said it was a little dot, and I think it might have been a lot. And I was.
Oh, I gotta go. This is crazy. Okay, but remember when they used to be silver, or like
I've never had. I never had that.
Okay. Well, apparently now they're like tooth color. I don't know. It's like putty. I don't know what it is.
Okay, what if your tooth isn't that white or that yellow? Do they?
I don't know.
Do they shade match?
Yeah, I don't know if they do that. I don't know. But well, I guess I won't say that. Everyone be at bay that this is a 47-minute episode or whatever it is.
They hate it.
No, they'll be okay. They'll be okay, and you know why they'll be okay.
They hate it.
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. Wow. I promise. Take this little piece. You'll be fine, guys. This was a little crazy, but I'm not gonna say too much. You'll be okay. All right, and we have to talk about we'll make a whole episode about the what happened this past weekend, because it was actually a lot. And I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy that episode. All right, otherwise we'll stay here forever if I don't end it right now.
Okay, I need to do my rec. We need to tell them to like and subscribe.
Are they listening?
They're listening. They already. They're probably holding on to every single word that we have left since we did a 20-minute episode. So please, you guys.
This is a normal length.
Subscribe. This is a normal length. You guys have been fed, actually.
Yeah, for 3 hours an episode.
But everybody comment, and subscribe, please, and leave a review on whatever podcasting platform you use. My rec. Last
also,
night,
turn on post notifications on YouTube, so you can get notified when we post.
Okay, well, subscribe, and you should be notified either way.
Yeah, but if you subscribe, they don't send you some things. I want them to turn it all the way on.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing
that. That is what they're saying. They are just ignoring it. People do that crazy. You guys not think that that's really rude? That you guys just ignore what we're saying? We actually politely every single episode, and I'm gonna start being mean.
Yeah, we're gonna start holding you. I'm gonna start looking at the names. I don't know how we're gonna figure it out, but I'm start calling you guys out every episode
because you guys just ignore. You aren't liking. You're saying be quiet, sit down. You're lucky I'm watching in the first place. But anyways, my rec. I watched this movie last night. Actually, it's called Femme. It's on Hulu. Okay. It was actually really iconic, and it should have been Best Picture over The Substance. And it was very interesting. It was like one of those. I'm not gonna go into big depth, but if you like a claustrophobic movie, I don't know how else to explain it other than that, where you're kind of like, this is getting a
Right,
little
right.
it's basically about this like black trans woman who like and they're saying enough with the trans.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
But this is not
They're going,
Emilia Perez.
enough.
This
They're
is
going,
not Emilia
enough.
Perez.
I don't want it.
Sorry.
You guys are gay.
Guys.
Stop talking about it every episode.
That is what they're doing. Actually, we haven't talked about it enough. But anyways,
Right.
and she like gets beat up by this one white guy, but then she finds the same guy on like Grindr, and she plots to ruin his shit. And it's very interesting, very revenge film, but also a little scary, a little spooky-ooky. But yeah,
it's called Femme on Hulu.
Yeah, it's Femme on Hulu.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll check it out, like everyone else should be doing. All right, everyone. You have all the housekeeping. You guys know what to do. We'll see you guys very soon.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.